Res Arcana is one of the best tableau builders that we have played and reviewed recently on this channel. Res Arcana is a tableau building game designed by Thomas Lehman and published by Sandcastle Games. This game retails for about $30 and it has 2 expansions out right now as well. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the 5 reasons why I love this game. Let's get started. In this game, you play as a mage with 1 special power, and you have 8 total cards in your deck. You start with only 3 cards into your hand, and with those 3 cards, you're going to be playing them in front of you to get new actions which help you get resources so that you can buy other cards such as monuments and places of power, which allow you to get more points. It's an engine building game that ramps up very quickly. It only lasts maybe 4 to 6 rounds, and you're going to be the first person to try and get 10 points. Get to 10 points first, and you win. Here are the 5 reasons why I think that you should buy this game. Starting off with number 1, we have simplicity and depth. With just 8 starting cards in your deck, this game manages to do so much with so little components. The fact that you only have 8 cards in your personal deck and you start with 3 of them at the beginning of the game speaks volumes to the design of Matthew Lehman. Even with only 3 cards, you have a plethora of decisions that you can choose between, starting at the very beginning, but it only expands and branches out from there. Unlike other games where they're bloated with all of these unique cards that they have inside of the entire deck that you can draw from, this one manages to have an entire game fit into the size of a small 8-card deck. However, it still provides a ton of complexity and a ton of strategic depth as well. Each game would play out differently due to the variability of the monuments and the places of power, and of course, what your opponent does as well. And that leads me into point number 2, which is the player interaction. Most tableau building games typically have your own board that you're staring down in front of the entire game, and you only look up for a breath of air at the end of the game when everyone's counting up their points. This game does not have that problem. Players will be interacting because 1, there's different types of cards that can attack other players. 2, there's protection cards and protection magic items that you can have to protect yourself against other players. And 3, there's also some positive interaction as well. Some cards will allow you to take actions that get you resources in exchange for giving other people resources. All in all, this game isn't too confrontational, but it does have player interaction that I think other tableau builders lack. The next reason I love this game is due to the order of operations. In this game, the timing in which you take actions, pass, buy cards, gather resources, all plays an important part of playing against your opponents to see who is going to win. The timing in this game is so important. I need to constantly be looking at the other players and seeing what they're doing, what resources they have, and what cards that they're trying to buy, which allows me to look down at my board and try and figure out what I need to do next. You may want to wait to take an action that would benefit another player until they pass. You may also want to, at the beginning of your turn, rush to get some of those resources so that you can buy a place of power before your opponents. However, the other thing you have to consider is when to pass, and that leads me into point number 4, the pass token. The pass token is such a brilliant yet simple mechanic that really adds some depth to the game. Not only that, but it adds a climactic ending as well. Whenever somebody passes first, they become first player for the next round. However, they also gain a temporary point. This might not seem like much at the beginning of the game, but at the end of the game, that means that you could pass with 9 points and gain that temporary point, which gets you to 10. This creates such great tension at the end of the game, whereas other tableau building games end when everybody's finished building, and then you basically count the points on a point sheet. This one simple mechanic creates a tangible finish line where everybody at the table is pushing and pulling hair to try and race to those 9 points so that they can be the first one to pass and get 10. With this one small mechanic, it creates tension from the beginning to the end of the game by giving the game a clear ending and a clear finish line. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about is the length to play and the setup time. This game takes no time at all to set up. The box is small, the parts are compact on the inside of it. You pull everything out, lay your resources in front of you, lay out the cards that you need, pick a mage, and start playing. For such a small box, a low price point, and all the 5 reasons that I listed, it's no wonder that Cade and I gave this game a 9 out of 10 on our review. Well, there you have it. Those are my 5 reasons for why I think that you should purchase Raise Arcana. If you want to hear us talk a little bit more about Raise Arcana, Cade and I both did a deep dive review. We both gave it a 9 out of 10, and if you'd like to hear more of our thoughts and more about the strategy and depth that we believe that this game has, feel free to check out the channel and check out the video. If you happen to enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, or let us know your comments down below. If you do own this game and you think that there's other reasons why it's a must-own game, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. Well, that's it for me at Concerning Gaming. My name's Daniel. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.